Stephen, just your summary of today's match.
Yeah, I thought we complicated it a bit. Me personally, complicated the press a little bit. They were expecting us to go and be really aggressive and press them, and I don't feel we did, so I take full responsibility for that. We will play better than that. We weren't at our best, of course, on the ball. That goes without saying. But we say that. They didn't really create anything bar one real chance in the first half. And we had 3 or 4 good opportunities to win the game, which we should have done and should have done better with. Our level of quality will improve, has to improve. People had an off day, we weren't at our best, we know that. So we've come out with a point, we've got a point on the board, and we'll build on that and get better.
In terms of that improvement as well, still early to in the season, you know, there's still some new faces and that everything's still coming together.
Yeah, look, there's positives to it as well. Everyone expects you to try and win every single game. You got good teams, good managers, and we have no divine right to do that. We weren't at our best today, both in and out of possession. But had good performances. You know, I thought Miguel was excellent. Keanu was excellent. So there's certainly improvement for the boys that are already here that will get better. Our fitness levels will get better, and our understanding will get better. I've said all along, we're back at the start of the process again. And we're going to have to build on that. We're going to have to get people to understand what we want quickly. And they will. And as I say, I take full responsibility on the press today. We overthought it a little bit, and I complicated more than I needed to do today instead of pressing in a straight line, which we, to an extent, rectified at half time. Took the ball off them numerous times in dangerous areas and should have scored. And should have made better decisions when we did. But it happens. It was windy conditions to play in for both sides, and we didn't feel under any threat. You know, a lot of possession in their half without really going anywhere. And had we pressed probably 10% better in the first half, then the outcome might have been different today.
You mentioned Miguel and Keanu both coming in for their first starts. How do you feel they did?
I thought both were excellent. Neither have played a lot of minutes, especially Miguel. But I thought both were fantastic and showed a really high level of quality. As I say, the other boys around them didn't perform to their best today. We know that. They know that. They're a conscientious group of boys, and we know we will and need to be better than that.
In terms of those two, though, important to get 90 minutes in our legs.
Yeah, like an ideal word, you take them off after 60. We didn't have that luxury today. A couple of boys on bookings, Gian and Marcus, who we just felt were waiting to be sent off. So we decided to make those calls, and we tried to be positive with our substitutions. And I thought Conor McMenamin was excellent when he came on. I thought Jonah made a difference as well. Give us more of a platform and more physicality in terms of headers. But yeah, look, we'd be better than what we showed today. We know that. But to come out with a point when you're not at the best, we'll take.
And pleased with the clean sheet, especially for Shamal.
Yeah, look, if you're not going to be at the top of your game, which we, as I said, we weren't, you have to not get beat. Previously, we'd have got beat in years gone by before we came here. So it shows a character, it shows a steeliness of the group, a desire of the group, and they're not happy in the dressing room with their performance on the ball and the press, which, again, I take responsibility for. So we'll be better, and we'll speak about it, and certainly they'll react to that.
Stephen, thanks for your time.
Cheers.